Good morning, coaches. I'm really excited to share with you today the 4 vital behaviors as a Beachbody coach. And these are things that I go back to on a daily basis, especially when I clock into my business and I say, okay, it's time to work. What are the things that I need to get done today? And those tasks all revolve around these 4 kind of headlines, if you will. And if what you are doing as a coach doesn't fall within one of these categories, then I ask you to kind of take a step back and see if what you're doing really is taking you closer to your goal, or if there's a way that we can tailor it to fit into these categories, because these have been shown time and time again, tried and true, to help you so much in your business as a new coach. And as an experienced coach, nothing's ever going to change as a coach. You're going to keep going back to these 4 vital behaviors, whether you are in your first day as a new coach or you've been a coach for 10 years. I guarantee you talk to any Beachbody coach, these are the 4 things they're going to talk about. So what are they? Number 1, and I'm going to actually break these down into days. So today is just an introduction of them. I'm going to play you a little video about them and also share a little bit about each one. But your main task over the rest of this week is to cover, to master, we should say, but really pick kind of your categories, how you want to delve into each category. That's going to be your task. So the 4 vital behaviors: inviting, being proof that the product works. In other words, a product of the product. Number 3, personal development. And number 4, this is the newest one within Beachbody, is recognition. So what do those mean? Inviting. How are you going to talk to somebody about Beachbody? How is it going to come up in your daily conversation? You can be inviting to a challenge group of yours. You can be inviting to the coach opportunity. If you know somebody who's going to would make a great coach with you to add to your team. If you want to have a free insanity workout over at your house. If you want to have a free shake and share party. That's inviting. You don't have to sit there, and spill out all the details about Beachbody to them. That's not inviting. Inviting is just sharing what you're doing, whether it be working out, whether it be working your business, whether it be drinking this incredible smoothie every morning. Share that with people. I call it planting seeds. And I also don't really call it inviting, because half the time I'm not inviting. I'm not inviting them to a challenge group. I'm not inviting them to a coach sneak peek, but I am sharing with them that those are things that I do. And if it comes up later or they bring it up later, then I can invite them. But I don't want to ever come across as salesy. So I just share with them what I'm doing. And more often than not, they're really excited and want to join me as well with usually a workout or trying the shakes. And I can always close out with saying, I have a sample in my purse if you'd like to try it. That's another way to invite. So that's inviting. We're going to delve more into that tomorrow. And then there's proof that the product works. So how are you going to be proof that the product works? Are you going to be eating clean? Are you going to be drinking Shakeology? Are you going to be doing your workout every day? If you are asking your challengers to do those things, you absolutely need to be doing them yourself. And if you don't already have a great transformational story, that's okay. Just starting the journey, just deciding to change is going to be that journey that you're following through social media, through your family, through people you know. That's what they're going to be watching you for. So decide today, draw a line in the sand. What are you going to change? It could be about your personal growth. It could be about your body. It could be about your nutrition. You make that choice. Be proof that the product works. Otherwise, if you're sharing Shakeology with somebody and they find out that you don't even drink it, now you're just back to being a salesperson and working an 8-to-5 job, right? So do this because you love it. Do it because you believe in it. And if people see your belief in something, that becomes a far stronger testament to any type of recommendation that you could ever give to them. Number 3 is personal development. This one, time and time again, is the one that I come back to when I've hit a plateau in my life, in business, in friendships, in relationships, whatever it is, we are never done improving ourselves. So how can you plug into personal development as a new coach? Here's what I did. When I first started as a coach, I knew nothing about the business. Absolutely big, fat goose egg zero. I had never even done a challenge group. My friend invited me to the coach opportunity because she knew I wanted out of my 8-to-5 job. She did not invite me to a challenge group, and I had never been in one before I led my first one, which was Hip Hop Abs, by the way. I don't even think they have that program anymore. So here's what I did for my personal development. Every time I went for a bike ride, every time I was cooking in the kitchen, every time I was driving, every time I was doing chores, folding laundry, doing dishes, I had on in the background an MP3 of a recording or a YouTube video of a recording of my past team calls from my upline coach. So this is for you. We have all of our team calls in the group page. You can plug into any of them. They happen every Tuesday night. So you can scroll back through the team page, Dream Builders, find old recordings. They're all on video. You don't usually even have to watch the screen. You can just listen to them. So if you have them on your phone, for instance, and you're driving in the car, pull them up and just put one headphone in while you're driving, or plug it into your dashboard and have it play over the speakers. Always listening to old team calls helped me learn the business. It helped me learn the lingo. It helped me learn what other new coaches' tips were, or struggles were, questions that I had, and then my upline coach would answer them on that call. So chances are, if you're a new coach, somebody's had all the same questions and inquiries before. So they have asked them on our team calls, and I've answered them for them, or we found out later how to answer them. So listening back, and I always cover a new topic every week, something vital about the business that either we're struggling with or people want to know more about. So plug into those. That's how I learned the business and got to know even coaches on the team, because I would start to hear their voice. I'd start to hear their name time and time and again. That was huge. And my second tip for that would be national wake-up calls. These are every Monday morning. We have a national wake-up call from corporate. It plays over the airwaves. You can't talk on it. You're just kind of a fly on the wall. And you get to listen in on any coach that kind of comes on that they ask to speak that week. It's always a top coach. It's always an elite coach. It's always somebody who's doing something really neat in their business. And corporate wants them to share their successful tips to help all of us and give us new, fresh ideas. So plug into those and listen to the old ones. There's a podcast just specifically for Beachbody, and the National Wake Up Calls are on there. Another way you can find them is going to your Coach Online office, tapping into news and trainings, go to events. And right there in the online office, you're going to see National Wake Up Call tabs. There's this week's, and then there are all the weeks before that in the web archive. You can kind of click on it. And when it opens up the whole archive, if there's a vital behavior that you're struggling with, say it's inviting, hit Control F, type in inviting, and all the calls that have ever talked about inviting are going to pop up. So there's a great place to start. Plug one in, listen to it. They're about 30 minutes. Awesome personal development. I say 15 to 20 minutes every single day. And if you can plug into even more than that, if you can hit 30 minutes, your business is going to move that much quicker, that much better. And you're going to grow as a person that much sooner and more successfully. And finally, the fourth one is the newest one, recognition. So recognizing people in your life, if you're a new coach, recognizing your first challengers, recognizing any new coach that you bring to the team, always building people up in this business rather than comparing, contrasting, putting people down. That's why we got out of corporate, right? Because it's constantly a boss nagging you, or your peers kind of, it's a very cutthroat industry, especially the one I was in. And why not build each other up? Why not celebrate the successes with everybody who's in our lives, who are doing well? It doesn't even have to be in fitness and nutrition. It can be something in their job. It can be something in their life that they've always been afraid to do that you helped push them, or you recognize that they just did finally for the first time. Recognize those things. Post them on Facebook for, on their wall. Hey, I just wanted to give a huge shout out to, or I just wanted to recognize so-and-so. If it's a coach on the team, you can recognize them right on our team page. Building people up, sharing compliments. And the ironic part is when you recognize other people, it actually helps to make you a better person. And people see that you're one to build others up rather than build others down. So you become this source of positivity and light. And that's the kind of Beachbody coach that you want to be. That's the kind of person that I would seek out if I wanted a great transformation, and if I wanted someone to help me along that journey. So having that recognition. And if you're a new coach, one way we encourage you to recognize is actually, maybe you don't have a ton of challengers yet. Maybe you don't have, people in your life that you're ready to recognize. But another way to recognize every single day is actually going through and finding some of the top coaches' social media pages and recognize what they're doing. You don't have to give them a shout out. You don't have to, comment. But I want you to look for, there's a list in our Coach Online office, and I'll share the link with you in the video below, where you can look up all of the current elite coaches, all the way from the top 10 down through the first 200. And start with the top 10. Put them into Facebook, put them into your Instagram, look and see if you share things in common with them. If what they share resonates with you, because you can pull ideas from top coaches. You don't have to reinvent the wheel every single post, every single time. I want you to see what people in this business are doing that has created their success. They always say success leaves clues. It is absolutely true in this business. Look back on their business a year ago and see what they were doing day in and day out. Chances are they were posting 3 to 5 times a day on Facebook. Not always fitness, not always nutrition, usually about themselves, about their family, about their kids. They had a life that people wanted to follow. They were interesting. They were exciting. And they still are. But you're going to start to resonate with a couple of the top coaches, I bet. And you'll start to see things that you really like and that you can then use with your Facebook or your social media. So obviously don't copy and paste what they're saying, because your following knows the way you talk and they know your verbiage and your wording. But what you can do is, if they're sharing about their struggles with donuts that day and you totally relate, use that as inspiration for one of your posts. Create a cute picture with it. There's lots of apps through the App Store, and that you can create nice little pictures of yourself and put some text on it. And then just a blurb about, hey, the struggle is real this morning, or getting the kids out of the house, or just all the kind of daily tough things that parents go through or that we go through in our lives that make staying healthy really hard. Those make great posts. Also, selfies seem to get a lot of traction, especially if you have something great to share with your selfie. And for me, ice baths get a lot of traction, which is when I sit in an ice bath and ice my legs after a hard ride or run. But those are things that make me unique, I think, is why they must get traction, and nobody can imagine sitting in an ice bath. So you don't have to go as crazy as that, but just find things that are you, and that's what you want to share. But anyway, back to recognition. You're going to find the coaches that share things that are similar to your life, and you're going to be able to pull some inspiration from that. All right, I hope this helps you guys today. I will also include a link to my coach's covering of the it was 3 vital behaviors back when she covered the topic. So I'll just include that in this post. You're welcome to click on it. A lot of it will be duplicate information, but sometimes just hearing it again or hearing it a different way from somebody else saying it could spark a new idea. So I wanted to give you that option and share that video with you. All right, I hope you're having an amazing morning. Talk to you soon. Bye.